So, as you can tell by my voice, it's getting worse. Yeah, fun. And I talk a lot about it, but it's awful. And as you can tell from my look right now, it's bedtime and everything is washed up and it's time to sleep. And oh, it's been a long day today. And it started in a not so nice way. And this is kind of gross. It's not kind of gross. It's really gross. So just warn you. It started already when I was asleep. I was dreaming that I boiled eggs, and that the shell was kind of broken, so you could see this membrane. And Saga told me that something was moving inside the eggs, and said, "Oh no, it's just because I'm boiling." But it wasn't. It was like in two of them were chickens, and they were still alive and were boiling, and it was such a horrifying dream. It was like I felt so sick when I woke up. It was like ew. And then Rue woke up an hour earlier than normal. The first thing she says is she wants eggs, and I was like, no way. I was like, oh, I'm still feeling sick thinking about it. And then I realized that my bed was kind of cold in a not so nice way. Yeah. Ro doesn't use diaper besides when she's asleep, like in the night. And this time this diaper has leaked and it was pee all over my bed. Fun. And I wasn't really awake, so I took the first thing I could think of to try it up before it was sinking down into the mattress. And I had this bag of unfold laundry. So I thought it was. I grabbed a towel to put on this wet thing, but when I started to dry it up, I realized this is not a towel. This is Saga's favorite shirt. And I was like, I'm in trouble. I'm in big trouble. So I just went out of bed and started to undress it and lift up the mattress and try to save everything that could be saved, and so on. And Rose started to cry, and at first I thought she was afraid because she thought maybe I was angry at her or something like that, which I'm absolutely not, because it's not her fault that the diaper leaked. But anyway, so I was like, okay, calm down, listen, don't worry. And when I realized she's not crying because of that, she's crying because she's in pain. She's in pain because her stomach medicine is working, meaning she's pooping a lot, all over the floor. It's like dripping down her legs on the floor. I was like, okay. So I grabbed the baby on my arms like this, reached out and carried her away all the way to the bathroom, put her in bath tube, and I was thinking I wanted to wash her off under the tap. So I thought I had switched the tap completely, and so it would water come out of the tap. But when I switched on water, I hadn't completely. So I got a shower, and I was still dressed, and was all this cold water all over me, and yeah, that wasn't nice at all. And when I was finally cleaned up all of that, I realized I need to do something about mattress. I need to try to save this. So I was thinking about this potato. I don't know if in Swedish you call it potato flour, but I think you say like potato powder or something like that. It's like a powder made of potatoes. So it's like white, and use it in stews and in when you bake sometimes and things like that. Yeah. Anyway, it's made of potato, and it's good to put on things to see. So it's to dry up things like if you have stains on your carpet or things like that. It's hard to wash off. You can rub this in, and it will drain out some of the moist from stains, hopefully. So I went to my cupboard, and I have arranged this really nicely, like with this glass tins and retro vintage style, and it looks really nice. The thing is, if you are newly awake and stressed out and things are just getting worse in the morning, the risk that you will take the wrong can is quite big, and I did. And it wasn't until I had poured it on my mattress I realized that this is powdered sugar, or sugar powder, powdered sugar, I think so, all over the bed. And I was like, and that doesn't have the same effect, not at all. So yeah, luckily tomorrow's a laundry day. It was a horrible morning. It was absolutely awful. It was the worst in a long time. So I hope we don't have to relive anything like that in a long time. And you see, oh, I'm so tired. You can see it in my eyes. It looks like I'm falling asleep. I'm not, but almost. But yeah. So yeah, that was my morning. And when Saga came home from school, they told me that they'd been in a fight. And if you know me, you know I'm against all kind of violence, and I was quite upset about this. But it turned out it wasn't a physical fight; it was a word fight. And this is the background story is that this guy in their class has dated one of the girls who's a bit fragile and not feeling so good in many ways of different reasons, and he been really awful to her. He was awful when we was dating, and it got even worse after they split up. And apparently he had hit her quite badly in front of the other classmates, and she hasn't been in school after that because, you know, that's pretty bad. And it's, I mean, you don't hit people, you don't do that, you definitely not do that. And a big strong guy who's actually a young adult to not jump on a little kid who's, I mean, she's I think she's 2 years younger, and she's very small, physical and so on. You don't do that. It's not okay. It's nothing but defending that. And Saga's my kid. They stepped up to this, and they confronted him about it and yelled at him and was really pissed. And they even said some really bad things, as that they wish he would be hit by a truck and killed and things like that. And I don't accept what my children says, things like that. I appreciate that they stepped up for the friend, because I think they should do, and I think anyone should do if you have somebody getting abused by somebody in that way. But you do not say that kind of things. So, and I talked to my kid about this, and they, without me telling them to do it, they went to this group chat that all kids in class is involved in, and wrote an apology, not for their opinion, but for saying those kind of words that they crossed the line and so on. And that is something I teach my children, that if you say things, first of all, you don't say that kind of things. And when you had said things that are unacceptable, because we all do at some point, you always need to apologize as soon as you realize this is wrong. Even if you're still mad, you need to apologize, because that's not an okay thing to do. Also, you should apologize in front of the people you humiliate the person in front of. They could have done this in private, but I don't think that is as valid, because I think you should do that in front of people who was there, who was present. And that is always much harder than just say, oh, I'm sorry, but to actually write a whole apology to somebody you are angry with in front of all those people, that is hard for most people, but I think it's so important that you do, and I'm proud that they did. I'm not proud of the things they said and did, but I'm proud over how they handled the situation afterwards. So yeah. And tomorrow they are going to Stockholm to work as model, as I've been talking about before, and they're really excited about it, and I'm quite excited about it, me too. And yeah, I'm really glad for their success, if you can say that. Ro is still running a fever, so we're gonna have a very quiet weekend, I guess.